This is Bear and Panda and Fox's Beijing adventure. Our three friends had been planning this trip for a long time, and now their flight has arrived. They were so excited to see what the capital of China has to offer. After settling into their hotel and dropping off their luggage, they headed out to explore. First up was a visit to one of Beijing's most iconic landmarks, the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall is a series of fortifications that were built over many centuries to protect China from invaders. It is one of the most impressive feats of engineering in the world, and our friends were in awe as they walked along its ancient path. As they strolled along the wall, they took in the stunning views of the surrounding countryside. The wind whipped through the trees, and the sound echoed around them as they made their way to the next stop on their list. When they arrived at the entrance to the Forbidden City, they couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. The Forbidden City was once the home of China's emperors and their families, and it is now a museum filled with priceless artifacts and artwork. As they walked through the gates, they felt like they had stepped back in time. The buildings and courtyards were just as magnificent as they had imagined, and the attention to detail was truly breathtaking. They spent hours exploring the vast complex and learning about the history of each room and artifact. And then it was time to head back to the hotel for a much-needed rest. After a quick break, the friends decided to head back out into the city. This time, they wanted to explore some of the local parks. They visited the Beihai Park, where they rented a boat and paddled around the lake, taking in the beautiful scenery. They also checked out the Temple of Heaven, a place where emperors would come to pray for good harvest. And finally, they ended up at the Summer Palace, a sprawling complex of gardens, lakes, and buildings that was once used as a retreat for the imperial family. As the sun began to set, the friends knew they had to get ready for dinner. They had heard all about the famous Peking duck and dumplings, and they were eager to try them for themselves. They found a local restaurant and ordered a feast. The duck was succulent and juicy, and the skin was crispy and topped with a sweet and tangy sauce. As for the dumplings, they were filled with a delicious mixture of pork and vegetables, and the broth was rich and flavorful. It was definitely a meal to remember. After dinner, they took a walk through the illuminated streets of Beijing, stopping to admire the colorful buildings and bustling crowds. They even did some shopping, picking up souvenirs and snacks to take back home. Then it was time to call it a night and head back to the hotel. But the adventures were not over yet. On their last day in Beijing, the friends decided to do something a little different. They rented rickshaws and took a ride through the historic streets. The wind whipped through their fur as they raced down the road, dodging carts and pedestrians with ease. They stopped along the way to check out some of the local markets and shops, then headed back to the hotel to drop off the rickshaws. After a quick lunch, they headed to the airport to catch their flight home. As they boarded the plane, they couldn't help but reminisce about their amazing adventure in Beijing. They had seen so much history and culture and made memories that they would cherish forever. So what did Bear, Panda, and Fox get up to on their Beijing adventure? Well, let's find out. At the Great Wall of China, Bear suggested they take a hike on the wall. Panda thought it would be fun to have a picnic lunch with a view, and Fox wanted to capture the perfect photo op. While exploring the Forbidden City, Bear couldn't resist trying to sneak into one of the emperor's private chambers. Panda was mesmerized by the intricate carvings and paintings throughout the complex, and Fox marveled at the sheer size and grandeur of the throne room. When they visited the Beihai Park, Bear and Panda decided to rent a boat and paddle around the lake, while Fox opted to stay on land and feed the ducks. At the Temple of Heaven, Bear sat quietly and contemplated the mysteries of the universe, while Panda and Fox took turns tossing coins into the temple's money well. And at the Summer Palace, Bear couldn't resist climbing to the top of one of the many towers, while Panda and Fox strolled hand in hand through the picturesque gardens. For their first meal in Beijing, Bear insisted on trying the famous Peking duck, which they enjoyed with a side of sweet and sour cucumbers. Panda, being a vegetarian, opted for a side of steamed buns filled with tofu and vegetables. And Fox, ever the adventurous eater, tried a bowl of spicy Sichuan noodles. As for their evening stroll, Bear and Fox played a game of hide-and-seek among the neon lights and bustling crowds, while Panda took photos of the colorful lanterns and street vendors. Overall, Bear, Panda, and Fox had an unforgettable time exploring the vibrant city of Beijing. From the majestic Great Wall to the tranquil parks and bustling markets, Beijing had something for everyone. And with its rich history and culture, the city was a feast for the eyes and the soul. Now, it's time for you to plan your own adventure in Beijing. So pack your bags and get ready to explore all that this amazing city has to offer. But don't forget to do it in style. We want you to experience everything Beijing has to offer, from the must-see landmarks to the hidden gems. First up is the Great Wall of China. No trip to Beijing is complete without a visit to this iconic landmark. With its winding path and stunning views, the Great Wall is the perfect place to take in the beauty of the Chinese countryside. Plus, it's an amazing photo opportunity that will make your friends back home green with envy. Next up is the Forbidden City. This sprawling palace complex was once the home of China's emperors and is now a museum filled with priceless artifacts. Do not miss the chance to explore the vast courtyards and admire the intricate details of the buildings and artwork. Of course, we can't forget about the famous Temple of Heaven. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a must-visit for anyone traveling to Beijing. The circular shape of the temple and its stunning blue sky views are sure to leave you in awe. And for those looking to experience a bit of tranquility, a visit to the Summer Palace is a must. This beautiful garden oasis is perfect for a peaceful stroll or a quiet moment of reflection. The picturesque lakes and pavilions are sure to leave you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. But no trip to Beijing is complete without a visit to one of the city's many parks. The Beihai Park is a great option with its stunning lake views and plenty of space to relax and people watch. Just be sure to bring some bread to feed the adorable local ducks. And don't forget to try some of the local specialties while you're there. Be sure to grab some snacks from one of the many street vendors and try a bite of authentic Chinese cuisine. Finally, no trip to Beijing is complete without a visit to the bustling markets. The city is home to some of the largest and most vibrant markets in the world. Be sure to haggle for some unique souvenirs and get a taste of local life. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of all the top attractions in Beijing. With its rich history, culture, and cuisine, Beijing is a city that will leave you wanting more. So start planning your trip today and get ready for an adventure you'll never forget.